Turkey is where the East melts into the West, creating the most incredible fusion of cultures, cuisines, arts, and architecture you'll ever see. Lucky for you, we help you make the most of your great Turkic adventure by sharing some of the best places to visit in the legendary land of the Turks. Number 10. Pamukkale. One of the most unique natural wonders found in Europe, the Pamukkale, or literally the Cotton Castle in Turkish, is a truly fascinating sight to behold. Located in the DENIZLI province in southern Turkey, the place is famous for its simmering snow-white limestone, shaped over millennia by calcite-rich waters from hot thermal springs. Flanked on one side by Turkey's inner Aegean region, the Pamukkale has a temperate climate all year round, which means you're good to visit any time of the year. Oozing out of ancient springs and dripping down the mountainside, these mineral-rich waters cascade down fine terraces before collecting into pools. And sadly, even though most of these pristine turquoise waters are off-limits for tourists, you still get to dip your feet into the same water as Cleopatra. That's right. The iconic Egyptian queen is believed to have swum in a local bathing area dating back to the Roman ages right here. Number 9. Mardin. Dating back to the days of Mesopotamia, the city of Mardin is one of the oldest inhabited areas in the world. Standing at an elevation of 3,450 feet, it sits on the edge of a highland, peering out over a vast plateau that rims over neighboring Syria and Iraq. Alongside the city of Aleppo and Mosul, Mardin has been a major part of the diverse fabric of Syriac, Arabic, and Kurdish cultures. Strategically resting on a lofty hilltop, the area is best known for its old city of sandstone buildings. Feel free to explore the old city on foot with meandering streets that lead you to terraced houses and popular sites like Deir ul Zafaran or Man Hananyo, which, by the way, happens to be one of the oldest monasteries in the world. Or pay a visit to the Great Mosque from ancient times and admire the sky-soaring minarets, or wind your way through the old streets with quaint shops selling pottery, leather, and traditional local attire. Number 8. Konya. A bustling metropolis in central Turkey, Konya was once the capital of the Seljuk Turks Sultanate of Rum. One of the oldest cities in the world, Konya is best known for its remarkable Seljuk architecture and, of course, the whirling dervishes. Its attractive buildings, such as the Aladdin Mosque, are gateways into a bygone era of history. Also home to Cappadocia, a 9,000-year-old human settlement believed to be home to an egalitarian Stone Age society who built distinctive homes back-to-back without doors or windows, instead going in and out through openings in the roof. Luckily, many of their wall artifacts and figurines are still preserved for tourists to see, making Konya a must-visit for tourists who have a little knack for all things history. But, of course, the biggest attraction in Konya is the tomb of the great Persian poet and Sufi who called Konya home during the 13th century. Number 7. Marmaris. If you're up for a little seaside adventure, Marmaris is pretty much the place to be. A stunning scene of nature with pine-clad mountains, turquoise waters, and pearly white beaches. Located along the Turkish Riviera, this magnificent port city is a complete package for tourists, offering the best sightseeing, water sports, fine dining, and a buzzing nightlife. Come take a casual stroll along the cobbled streets, or pay a little visit to the 16th century castle of SULEYMAN. The city also has water parks for families and traditional Turkish baths for visitors. And lucky for you, the city is also just a day trip away from other iconic Turkish attractions like Ephesus, Pamukkale, and the Cleopatra Island. With one of the most happening night scenes in the country, the city is famous for its Turkish night shows, featuring traditional Turkish food, mezes, and belly dancing, making Marmaris one of the most exciting places to visit on our list. Number 6. Side, a historical port of ancient Pamphylia. Did you know the city of Side was once ruled by Alexander the Great? Back in the 4th century BC. Fast forward to date, Side is a picturesque town teeming with ancient ruins and modern luxury resorts. Located on Turkey's Mediterranean coast, in the Antalya province, Side offers you a fantastic sightseeing experience, jam-packed with an exciting, buzzing nightlife and some truly amazing outdoor ventures. One of the most popular sites in the city are its ancient ruins, from the Hellenistic and Roman eras, including an agora, a Byzantine basilica, public baths, and various temples. And since you're here, there's no way you should miss the sight of the sun setting over the famous Temple of Apollo, a stunning relic from the Roman times. Number 5. Bodrum, the site of an ancient fort city of HALICARNASSUS. Bodrum was once a picture of beautiful marble buildings, statues, temples, and of course, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Mausoleum of MAUSOLEUM. Located in the MUGLA province of the country, up until the 20th century, Bodrum was pretty much off the map, being more of a quiet fishing village. But today, thanks to the city's ancient ruins, clean beaches, and cliff resorts, Bodrum is one of the most popular tourist spots for tourists all over the world. Yet, Bodrum's star power is the Castle of St. Peter, also known as the Bodrum Castle. Built in 1402 by the Knights Hospitaller, here's a piece of history that you don't want to miss. From Turkish saunas and mud baths to windsurfing and scuba diving, Bodrum offers plenty of exciting activities for tourists all year long. Number 4. Ephesus, one of ancient Europe's most advanced cities. Did you know Ephesus was one of the largest cities under the Roman Empire? With origins dating back to 1st century BC, Ephesus is one of the biggest archaeological sites in the world. Starring one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, the Temple of Artemis, Ephesus is one of Turkey's most popular tourist landmarks. Once the largest temple on the planet, somewhere around the 5th century, its surviving remnants and ruins are one of the most classic and famous relics of the ancient world. Come drop by the famed Library of Celsius, once the 3rd largest library of the ancient world, where you can tour around the 2-story face of capitals and columns belonging to one of the most beautiful surviving structures from the good old Roman times. Number 3. Antalya. Located along the Turkish Riviera on the Mediterranean coastline, Antalya is a large, vibrant city, pulling in millions every year. In fact, did you know that in 2022, more than 13 million tourists arrived in Antalya, all thanks to its world-class assortment of restaurants, hotels, resorts, and bars. Add to this some breathtaking scenery with gorgeous clean beaches and lush green mountains engulfing this ancient city. Loiter around the city's old quarter for a time-traveling journey into the city's past with views of old city walks, maze-like streets, and historic architecture, including the famous clock tower or old churches, mosques, and temples. With white sandy beaches, water parks, and not to mention the award-winning Antalya Museum, Antalya is definitely one of the most popular tourist draws to Turkey. Number 2. Cappadocia. Laying deep in central Anatolia of Turkey, Cappadocia is one of the most iconic cities of Turkey. Best known for its unusual land formations resembling cones, chimneys, and mushrooms. Did you know the town of Cappadocia has been inhabited by humans since 1800 BC? Where volcanic eruptions and erosions have given birth to odd rock formations formed over the ages, with some of them rising up to 130 feet high. Alive with churches, houses, and underground tunnels, carved into the soft rock. This is one of the most surreal and colorful landscapes in the world. Number 1. Istanbul. And last but no means not the least, the great city of Istanbul. Tucked away in the Marmara region, Istanbul is the largest city in Turkey. Once the capital of the Ottoman and Byzantine empires, Istanbul is the economic and cultural hub of Turkey. It's also the only city in the world to span over 2 continents. That's right. Divided by just a narrow strait that connects Asia and Europe, Istanbul is a true traveler's dream. Boasting ancient sites, fine dining, great shopping, a buzzing nightlife, and a truly exotic culture, it really is not surprising that Istanbul is one of the most visited tourist places in the world. With millions rushing every year to visit its famous Muslim architecture, such as the Hagia Sophia and the Topkapi Palace. Also home to tall, high-rise skyscrapers and modern shopping malls, Istanbul is famous for its superb nightlife, with Beyoğlu and Galata being the most popular party zones, with the most high-end clubs, bars, and pubs to offer. As one of the most important cities in European and world history, Istanbul gives you every bit of the fantastic vacation experience you seek. So there you have it, some of the coolest places to visit in Turkey. Let us know which of these places would you like to go first. And since you're here, don't forget to hit that bell icon on your way out, and we'll see you soon.